was great. It was fantastic.
All right. Thank you. Hey guys, so we're here in Islands of Adventure talking to Ozzy about his experience at Halloween Horror Nights 29. So what did you guys think?
Oh man, it was fantastic. I always come. I come every year, ever since I started coming, and this year was just fantastic, just like the years before.
Did you have a favorite house?
Let me see. I knew you were gonna go and whip out the camera, so I actually made some notes. And man, if I gotta pick the best house for me, I don't know. They just had such good things. The Yeti was great, and the reason I like that one is because as soon as you walked in there, the set decoration was great, but they made it cold.
Yeah. There's always, every year, there's always one super cold house, and that is the house this year. It is definitely cold.
And the fact that they were supposed to be out in the cold like that, it was really great. I really enjoyed that one. The Us one, the Us one wasn't too bad. But it was really similar to the movie, so I really enjoyed that one. I thought that was great.
I never saw the movie, so I know a little bit of it. The most I ever saw was that Saturday Night Live skit with it about it.
I saw that. Stranger Things, I gotta tell you, I like the show. I actually saw the first season, and I don't know, I just kind of like last year's better. Not that it wasn't great this year, but I kind of like last year's better.
Yeah, I've only gone through it once on preview night, and I haven't been through yet because. Predictably, it is the most popular house this year again, as far as wait times.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty close tie with Ghostbusters, but it's usually a higher wait time.
Okay, and speaking of Ghostbusters, as far as Ghostbusters was concerned, you know, it wasn't something that I was going to go and expecting to be scared or anything like that, even though they did jump out at you. But because I grew up with the movie and have seen it, I don't know how many times, it was so nice to see Zool and all these characters, and when they 3D generated Slimer coming at you, and then that whole recreation on the rooftop. That was just great.
You know, there used to be an attraction here when Universal Studios first opened, based on Ghostbusters and based on that rooftop scene.
Really?
So kind of a recreation from the movie, but also a bit of a recreation from that scene as well. Did you try to touch any of the slime in the entrance of the house?
I didn't try any of the slime. I wanted to try the guy that had the Bill Murray's part when he had the foam on his head. Oh, yeah. When the Stay Puft blew up. And I like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. That was great. That was fantastic.
And did you notice that Janine was a live actor with a microphone that wasn't pre-recorded?
Yes! It took me a second on that one. Yeah. It took me a second on that one. And she was going, and she had the little microphone there. And I was watching her, and I was like, wait, this is different. And it made me stop and hang out for a while, because she was just throwing one line out there, and it was great, yes.
A lot of wind. I guess I should have brought my wind. Hopefully it's not. But the funny thing about that, that's like, I think nobody expected it to be a scary house, at least in preview, when I went by, the Slimers that come out of the wall, like, they could have been like scaring you, but it was kind of like, hi. So, like, it was just a fun house. And
Memory Lane house, yeah.
And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, it wasn't scary, it wasn't bloody and gory. I'm like, did you enjoy it? There you go.
The movie wasn't bloody and gory. Yeah. You know, it's a fun movie. Yeah. And the droves of people that follow Ghostbusters, I saw a documentary before coming, and I'm sure they appreciated it. It was great. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
And I think also Universal just wanted Ghostbusters to be back in the park, because we haven't had Ghostbusters in the park for a long time. We used to have a replica of Ecto 1
I thought you did.
That went around the park, and it just apparently had an accident one day. I don't know if that's true. I read it online. But yeah, we used to have one here, and got rid of it, unfortunately. So.
Well, let me see what else. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Oh, yes. There's something about that movie, I got to tell you, that I just love. And when I heard it was coming here, I bought the movie. They sent it to the house, and I sat through this over-the-top cheesy movie and loved it the entire way through. So personally, when they had the Killer Clown Street experience last year, I was excited. And then
when the clowns were actually out.
When the clowns were actually out, if it wasn't looking like rain. And when they had the house this year, I just fully enjoyed it. It was great.
I loved all the smells in the house. There's the cotton candy. Oh, that reminds me of Ghostbusters. Did you notice in the scene where you pass by the hot dog cart, you smell a hot dog?
I think so. I'm not sure. That's crazy. But I was looking at the golf cart, the hot dog cart. The way it was glowing, just like the movie.
Supposedly, there is a ghost trap in the house, which is a prop that was screen used, or at least it's a faithful replica. And they spent a lot of time on the proton packs, making sure that they were exactly as close to the movie as possible, which is pretty good.
Let's see what we got. Nightingale, the Gladiator one. That one wasn't too bad. There was the Gladiator parts I liked. The creature parts, it was kind of like the same creature in all of them, you know. So, but the theme of it I did like with the chariot in the front and the horse that fell and the guy eating the horse and whatnot. That I liked. Depths of Fear. The Depths of Fear, I gotta tell you, also had kind of a weird alien in there. That was kind of repetitive, but in general, I really enjoyed the house. I like the way they decorated it. But I was wondering, what's the deal with this alien, with this weird creature guy? You know?
People are saying that it looks like the fish from the Superstar Parade. The other thing is that there was a dying dog in the house at one point, and like on opening day, that was like a huge outrage that so many fans were like so upset that they killed a dog in the house. I've never seen it, and I don't know if it's still there, but I went through it again recently, and I didn't see it. So.
Okay, well, that sounds horrific, and it's Halloween Horror Nights, and it's really bloody, and there's all kinds of dead stuff everywhere. You know, like that dead horse that the dead gladiator was munching on. So I don't understand why a dead dog would be a problem. Not that anybody wants a real dead dog, but it's a fantasy. I don't know why they would make an uproar out of that one thing, because it's Horror Nights. They warn you before you come in.
Yeah, I don't know why everyone's like, oh, a dead horse. Oh well, a dead dog. No, I mean, I'm not for killing dogs, but like, you know, poor horse. Yeah. That could have been someone's pet.
Nobody says Halloween Horror Nights is not an instruction guide on what to go and do. It's for fun, and it was great. Let's see, what do we got? The Graveyard one. The Graveyard Games. I thought it was a great set design. You know, when I went in, I didn't know what it was about. I thought it was a great set design, and then there was one portion of it that just turned dark, which I enjoyed. I just kind of went around, and when I went in there, there was a lot of screaming because we expected something to come out at us. It was great. And the Universal Monsters. What I liked about the Universal Monsters, aside from the fact that, you know, they brought back the classic creatures and whatnot, was they really put in a sense of depth. Like in the Hunchback of Notre Dame, it felt like you were in a bell tower. Like I was looking around trying to figure out in those few seconds that you walk through, like how do they make it look like you're really in a huge space? So that I liked. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, there's a few places where they have mirrors on the floor that are supposed to make it look like you're looking way down.
Yeah.
But which is an effect that they use a lot, and it's in Depths of Fear. Yeah. When you're walking down a ramp, you can look to the side, and it looks like you're looking way down. But the mirror effect in the Monsters house just didn't work. Like there's too much light hitting the mirror, so you can see it's just mirrors. Yeah. And it was kind of like not even a clean mirror, so you couldn't even see it being reflected. So
it worked kind of sort of in some, not so much in the others. You know, overall, I did like the house. One thing I did like that they did in the Graveyard and also in Us was I like it sometimes when there's multiple creatures in there, because one or two of those creatures is actually an actor, and they're going to come at you. So you're kind of trying to guess, you know, because whoever the actor is, they're sitting really still. Yeah. So I always enjoy that effect. They did that a couple times in this one, and I really enjoyed that.
Which brings to, I don't know what's next on your list, but...
that's all I had.
At the House of a Thousand Corpses.
Never made it to the House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh, that's one of the best.
Is it? And it was at the end of the night, and we were so tired, and we were kind of looking around for it, and before we knew it, we were at the front, and it was 1:30 in the morning about, and we're like, well, come on, let's get out of here. And we just left, which is odd for me. But so I know I thought about maybe coming back to do that one, but no, I don't know anything about that one.
Oh man, Ghostbusters and House of a Thousand Corpses are probably the top two houses this year.
Oh, yeah?
I'd say Ghostbusters more for me, because I like comedies more over gore, but a lot of people like both of them. So, like for Brian, it's a toss up between two, but he goes with he goes with House of the Thousand Corpses. There is spoilers. There is a clown when you first enter the house that is completely still, and then goes and there's also the Bill and Ted phone booth outside, which is a prop that they reused.
Oh no, I didn't notice. I did not notice. But and what about those street experiences?
Those were awesome. You two liked, you and your girl liked the Vanity Ball as well, like I did.
Yes, with the that was the one with the fashion show. My God, what did I call it? It was like a wild androgynous drag outlandish freaking runway from hell. It was awesome. It was amazing. We hung out there for a while because the way these guys were strutting around and jumping on and off the stage, and that little tiny box that they just kept all popping out of, it was like a clown car. I'm like, how many people are gonna come out of this box? And the MC, you kind of, these people, you had to stare at them. It was awesome, and that's what they were there for, And then on top of that, they would jump off the stage and really just come at you. A guy came up to the girl next to me, and she jumped 3 feet back. It was amazing. That was a really great street experience.
Well, they want you to look at them. It's all about vanity and attention. Did you get to see both MCs or just the guy?
No. You told me about the girl. I only saw the guy because I walked around, and on the way out, I passed by there again, but it was the guy again. Because you said the girl was really good.
Yeah. They're both really good. I just prefer her.
Yeah.
But you can watch one of my videos. I'll send you the link. So the other one I liked was the Rob Zombie's Hellbilly Deluxe, which is based on his album from '98, I think, somewhere in the '90s. Okay. That was the Rob Zombie one with all the flames and the dancing girls and all.
I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed the couple on the stage on that one. I think one of my favorite, and I remember because I was looking at the guy, and then I kept walking, and he jumped off the stage and was following me. Didn't know till a couple seconds. It was great. And I think one of my favorites was the Viking one. I like Viking movies and stuff, and I kind of like that one. Yeah.
That's always cool because they always have, because that's in the Central Park area. They always hang things from the trees. I like in the daytime. There's fog that kind of fills in that area, and you can see the sunlight going through the trees, and like you can see the beams of light through it. Which
great. I always love that area. This year, the Chainsaw Guys, which I usually always enjoy, and I did enjoy them this year, and it's interesting. They're always there, and they're always around the Simpsons area, but wasn't terribly crazy about their costumes this year. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't think the chainsaws were kind of lit up like that before.
No, that's new this year for both an arcade, which is the one you first walked through with the arcade cabinets, and over in Simpsons.
I like that area. Yeah, the arcade cabinets. Yeah.
And the lasers.
The lasers, yeah, with that kind of mist going through it. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry guys if you're watching and you're in the Springfield area. There's a couple of them that are awesome. They're killing it. But for the most part, I don't like it as much as I normally do, and I usually love going through there. So I don't know.
It's still great. It is still great, and definitely they keep the Chainsaw Guys, which I think is great. But the twist they kind of gave them was little. But I'm all right. Yeah, I still enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm not even sure. Like there's usually clowns or carnies or something. I'm not even sure what the costumes are supposed to be this year, but Well, one year they had orange jumpsuits, which I thought was great. Yeah, I thought that was great, and it looks like they were just escaped from someplace. Yeah, and the chainsaws weren't neon glowing.
I'm sure the orange jumpsuits didn't let them hide very easily, though. But the thing that's so great about a scare actor is you can be looking at the scare actor, watching him, and they can still get you. So, like, even if you know they're right there, they could still get you. Yeah. But of course, when they can hide, that's even better.
I remember when that happened to me exactly once. Yeah. It was a few years back. And the guy was in a wheelchair. And for some reason, I was looking at him. It was The Purge. Street experience, The Purge. And it was amazing. This guy was awesome. He was in a chair, and for some reason, I just was staring at him, because I don't know, there was something about him I was trying to figure out. And he got me because he saw me looking. Yeah. And he started kind of creeping towards me real slow. And then boom! And it was great. I gave him props. If you can make me jump, I'll give you props.
Yeah, they've actually got me a few times, startles this year. The best thing that they do is they'll see if you're paying attention. If you look distracted or like zoned out, that's when they get you. So you didn't get to hit the shows, did you?
No, didn't hit the shows this time. No, not this time.
Well, it sounds like somebody needs to come back and see it one more time before the event ends.
Well, I don't know. Is Bill and Ted back? Tear. Bill and no.
Sadly, no. But you have to go through the House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh, yes.
It is amazing, especially if you saw the movie, which I actually did.
No, I did not. And normally I try to hit all the movies. Yeah. I try to keep track so I can hit the movie so I can get the full effect. Yeah. But this time I know I missed a couple.
Well, then that means you need to go get the movie, watch the movie, then come back. So thanks for joining me today on Dave and Brian Live and letting us know what you feel about the Horror Nights this year, and hopefully we'll have you on the show again.